Today, on Be Something Wonderful, focus on the inexhaustible supply of your inner being. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I had a great session last night, a few really great sessions, but I want to talk about what came up in one of them. And she said, Tom, I'm exhausted. I just sometimes I feel like giving up. I'm exhausted with focusing on my desired end. I'm exhausted with the affirmations. I'm exhausted with imagining it. And it just feels like I'm not moving from here. And guys, so I want to talk about this today and more. Now, I talked to this client about a lot of things about in terms of creating your own reality. But I want to zero in for this video on this idea of feeling exhausted because you're focusing on your desired end. And here's what I want to say. And she even mentioned this. She goes, Tom, I know that you and others say focus creates reality, but I'm just feeling exhausted. And yes, it's true that focus creates reality. Just like emotions create reality, just like thoughts create reality, just like imagination creates reality. Lots of things in terms of our entire state of being create reality. But I want to say this about focus. Remember, focus creates reality, but focus isn't creative. What's creative within you is that greater subconsciousness, that God power within you that effortlessly brings about your manifestations according to what you suggest or direct it to do. Meaning, what is your intention? What is your desired end? What are you imagining? Right? What are you focusing on? Remember, that focus or that willpower, right? Your conscious mind to choose and intend what you want chooses and directs. It's not creative. That God power creates and manifests it. That power within you effortlessly and naturally brings the formless into form. That greater subconscious, the creative medium of God, right? The willpower, it's almost like you're saying, I'm trying to will it to be, right? You're focused so much that you're trying to make your focus the creative medium and trying to make something happen in 3D reality. Try to focus that manifestation into reality by force, by willpower, right? Remember, your conscious mind or that focus is to choose and direct that greater creative medium, right? What you impress on it, what you suggest, it must accept. What you suggest and direct on it with belief, right? With conviction, it must bring in to 3D manifestation, right? You focus, God creates, right? Effortlessly, naturally brings the formless into form. But if you're struggling, if you're efforting, if you're trying to will it in, right? If you're using your personal will and trying to focus it into reality and not letting the creative medium bring it in, then you're letting effort get in the way of your manifestation. Do you see that? It focuses, remember, this willpower, it chooses and directs. It's the difference between willpower and God power, right? It focuses your conscious mind on what you desire and then surrenders it to God's will or the divine will. Do you hear it? You choose, you intend, you focus on what you want, you direct that greater subconscious, you choose what you want, and then you focus, God creates. Then that greater power effortlessly and naturally brings the formless into form. That's what's meant in Scripture when it says, not my will, but yours be done. Right? God's will for you is what you will for yourself. Right? It's not that you got to give up that personal 3D will from trying to focus things and try to make things happen by sheer power of your 3D focus. And instead, focus means to choose. It means to direct. It means to put your attention on your desired end and then surrender it to God to bring it into manifestation. Wow, that's big. Okay, so let's hit this a little bit more. Will, free will, or willpower, whatever you want to call that, right? That conscious choice of what you want is the freedom and power to choose thought in what you want to be, do, or have. You get to choose what you think, what you intend, what you choose, what you desire, and what you want. And you choose the image or the imagined end. And the divine power or God's will make it manifest. Remember, God wills what you will, right? God's will for you is what you will, what you want, right? God's will is always love for you, right? Everything that you could ever imagine. So you focus and God creates. It's not about effort to make something happen. It's about bringing the idea and image of what you want to the center of your attention and then releasing it to the infinite power within, releasing it to your inner being. Hear this. Making what you want, your desired end, the center, focus of your attention. That's your choice. That's your conviction of what you want. And then impressing it or releasing it to that greater creative medium of God, that subconscious, for it to bring it in to full manifestation. Right? Remember, it's not your focus, yes, creates reality, but it's not creative. It's that greater creative medium that brings it to manifestation. Wow, that's big. So, and this is why you feel exhausted. I've gone over this in several videos now, but I want to hit it again because it applies to this so succinctly, so directly. You're looking at the undesired reality, the 3D conditions, and saying, I want to change them. I need to fix them. I have to get rid of them. I need to improve or fix myself. Right? I think last night it was like, I don't have enough money, and I think I'm going to be single the rest of my life. All of these unwanted conditions. Right? Your focus is on them, but the focus is on to change them, to improve them, to fix them, to get rid of the unwanted reality, and it's not focused on your desired end. And you're not releasing that desired end to that greater creative medium of God, to that inner power, right? That God power. You are using your willpower, your personal willpower, your personal will to want to change things or fix things or get rid of things or improve them, right? Remember, focus equals attention equals awareness, which then equals your reality. So it does create. It's not creative because it's that creative power within you. But that does, remember, you are looking at reality as reality. You can't get away from this. So if you're looking at the unwanted, you're looking as reality. Right? You've got to look at that desire. You've got to look as your desired end. Right? Attention or focus creates the perception, creates your reality. So let's hit this one more layer. Where your attention goes, energy flows. All the greats say that, right? Energy flows where your attention goes, but it's even bigger than that. Because even bigger than that is your attention, your awareness that attention is the energy of awareness. It's that I amness. It's who you are. You're made of that. So it's really not the energy going anywhere. Energy, we're made of that energy, that love, and it's pervasive. It's everywhere in all time, and it's everything. So it's not really going anywhere. What goes, what moves? You within, your attention, your focus. That's what's moving. But that attention is awareness, and that is energy. So what you put your attention on, you become more aware of. I am awareness. What you become more aware of, you trust and believe as true. What you believe is true, you identify with. And what you identify with becomes your reality. That's what self-concept means. Do you hear this? It starts with your attention. You become more aware that I am awareness. Then you become more aware and you trust it. You believe it. It becomes a truth to you. It becomes a true reality. You believe it is true. You identify with it, and then it becomes your reality. And that's why unwanted conditions can feel so solid and difficult to move from, because we believe them true. We believe them, we identify with them. We believe they are who we are, right? So the question is then, where is your attention? Is it on the outer world? of already manifested conditions or on the inner world of your imagined end? That's the only question you ever need to ask. So let's hit this a little bit more. Remember, you are source of what you desire. Cause equals effect. Your desire is its fulfillment. It's within your desire. Fulfillment's already in the seed, the plan of fulfillment. But not only that, the fulfillment itself is in that desire. There's no separation. God, source, infinity is inexhaustible. So when you say you're exhausted, that's because of 3D will, personal willpower, personal focus, trying to make things happen. Who you really are can never be exhausted. It's inexhaustible. It's without end. That divine supply equals divine demand, and it's endless. You can never outgive God. You can never outgive divine supply, right? Your desire is an already manifested reality within. When you focus on it, when you imagine it, when you assume it as already yours, you are making an announcement of your reality. You're announcing your new manifested reality, just like Jesus did when he resurrected Lazarus. Lazarus, come forth. He went in, he gave thanks. Remember, he was in gratitude. Gratitude's a big part of this. Being grateful, being appreciative for everything that you are. And then Lazarus, come forth. So change your focus and intention. In other words, your story, your inner speech, from I am sick and tired of being broke, I don't want to be single anymore. You got to change that story. That keeps you locked in it. Change it to I love knowing I'm the source of limitless abundance in my life. I love being able to share my life with someone special. I love the freedom of knowing that I am one with God and can be, do, or have whatever my heart desires. I'm grateful, gratitude, for having the freedom to choose my life experience right now. Change that. When you change your story, hear this, it changes your focus. When you change your focus, you change your attention. When you change your attention, you change your awareness. When you change your awareness, you change your reality. This is so big. Focus on the inexhaustible supply of your inner being. That's where you want. The only reason we get exhausted, because it is exhausting looking at all these changing conditions in the 3D world. It's enough to make you exhausted. So start pointing your attention, your focus within to the inexhaustible source of who you really are. That is focusing on the inexhaustible supply of your inner being. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos, and comment. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We have a group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. You can find the group at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. It's an open group. You can share guidance and insight with others. You can also ask for guidance and insight and share your manifesting stories. It's growing. We have more than 1,500 now, and it's growing more every day. You can also join us on Twitter and Instagram. And both of those are at Tom Kieran. Or just go to our website anytime that has all that information and much, much more at tomkieran.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Until next time, creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, see you soon.